Hello everyone, how is it going? Hope that all of you are staying at home safely. So students, can you hear me clearly? Is the sound clear? Is the sound clear? Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
There is a correction. Probably I took that class, first class of the last week. Okay, there is a correction in the first class of the last week. The problem is find the Laplace transform of okay. We solved this math in the first class of the last week, and I solved this math in two ways. And there is a problem in the formulation for the first way. So I suggest all of the students to solve this math in second way, okay? Here there is a correction in the first class of the last week. I solved this math in two ways, and in the first way there is a problem or error in the formula of cos 80. So I suggest all of the students to follow the second way to solve this math, okay? Okay, yet all the students are not present, so we will start after 2 or 3 minutes. But please inform all of the students about this correction for this problem. There is a formulation error in the first way, so I suggest all of the students to solve this math by using the second way, okay? And I have solved it at the first class of the last week. Students, in the meantime, you can write down your ID number, but please only for one time, not more than one time. And if you have any problem to hear me or to see the board, then please directly inform me, okay? And if you have any query about previous classes or our today's class, then please feel free to ask me, okay?
ম্যাম এই ম্যাথটা লাস্ট ক্লাসে করানো হয়েছিল না পজিটিভ?
This math was solved in the probably first class of the last week. That means the date of 20/09/20. Okay. First
এখানে
class.
ভুলটা কি আছে?
Sorry.
এখানে ভুলটা কি ছিল ম্যাম, মানে কারেকশনের কথা শুনলাম।
Correction is that here I solved this math in two ways, but in the first way there is a error in the formulation of cos 80. Okay, I write down it something like this: a by s by s square plus a square. So there is a problem in the direct formula of cos 80. So that's why I suggest that you will solve this in the second way. I solved it in two ways, so I request all of the students to solve it in the second way. Nothing else. Okay.
Okay.
So already 6 minutes over, so I think we should start our today's lecture.
ম্যাম একটা কোশ্চেন।
Yes.
যে দুই ভাবে যে সলভ করেছিলেন দুইটার অ্যানসার তো মানে ডিফারেন্ট ছিল।
Yes, that's the problem. Here, there's the problem. If you use the fast way and use the formula for cos 80, that portion will be different. So you have to derive something else. That's why I request you to avoid the fast way. Please solve this math in the second way, okay? Also, if you derive some lines or if you complete the derivations, then the answer will be similar, okay? Here for the first one, the derivation is not completed. That's why the answer is not equal. But if you completed that derivation, the answer will be equal, okay? So it is necessary to solve the problem in the second way, not the first way. Now is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So find the Laplace transformation of f of t where okay. I think all of you are familiar with such type of problems because in our previous classes we have solved a similar problem with this. Okay, we solved a similar problem like this. So what will be the Laplace transformation of this function where the function is a piecewise function, right? And the limit is from 0 to a and t greater than a. This will indicate a to infinity and this will indicate 0 to a. Here this inequality 0 less than t less than a represents the range is 0 to a, and from here t greater than a, this represents the range a to plus infinity. So at first we will start with the definition of Laplace transformation. So what is the definition? Laplace transformation of f of t is equals 0 to infinity e to the power minus st f of t dt. But here our f of t is expressed in two subintervals. So you have to divide this range or this limit into two subintervals. One will be from 0 to a and another will be from a to plus infinity because your function is divided into two subintervals. One is from 0 to a and another is from t greater than a means a to plus infinity. That's why using this definition, we will divide this interval into two subintervals. One is from 0 to a e to the power minus st f of t dt, and the second one will be a to plus infinity e to the power minus st f of t dt. Okay, now please write down the values of f of t. Write down the values of f of t. So for the first interval, what will be the values for f of t? For the first interval 0 to a, what will be the values of f of
T
t?
by A.
T by a into dt. And for the second interval, what will be the values for f of t? F of t will be 1 into dt. Now, from here, so from 0 to a, 1 by a, t e to the power minus st dt. A to infinity e to the power minus st dt. Now you have to complete this to integration. One is t to the power minus st. That means here you have to use UV formula. To solve this, you have to use UV formula, and for the second integral, you can use the direct formula of e to the power minus e to the power mx. Okay, you can use direct formula of e to the power mx, and here you have to solve this integration by using UV formula. And such type of integration is very familiar to all of you because we have already solved different types of integration by using UV formula, right? So for this, it will be t e to the power minus st divided by minus s 0 to a minus 1 by a. Differentiation of t is 1 e to the power minus st divided by minus s integration 0 to a into dt plus a to infinity e to the power minus st dt. Now use the upper and lower limit here. It will be minus 1 by sa t a e to the power minus sa minus 0. Since the lower limit is 0 and here it is t into e to the power minus st. So if you say it in the place of t is 0, then the whole term will be 0. Okay. This negative sign will be positive and it will be 1 by sa integration of 0 to a e to the power minus st dt. And this one a to infinity e to the power minus st into dt. Now we have to complete this to integration. Okay, now you have to complete this to integration. One is from here and another is from here. So here it will be minus 1 by sa into a e to the power minus sa. And for the second one, it will be 1 by sa. What is the integration of this part? It will be e to the power minus st divided by minus s. Use the upper and lower limit 0 to a. And for the last one, similarly, e to the power minus st divided by minus s. Use the upper and lower limit a to plus infinity. So from here it is minus 1 by sa into a e to the power minus sa. From here it will be minus 1 by s square a, and use the upper and lower limit. For upper limit it will be e to the power minus sa, and for lower limit it will be e to the power 0, that means 1 e to the power 0. Now for the last one it will be minus 1 by s e to the power minus infinity, right? For upper limit it will be e to the power minus infinity and e to the power minus infinity is 0. Here if you use the upper limit it will be e to the power minus infinity and e to the power minus infinity is equals to 0, and use the lower limit it will be e to the power minus sa. Okay. So remove this part. Now from here it is this a and a will cancel each other. It will be e to the power minus sa divided by s. From here it will be minus e to the power minus sa divided by s square a. E to the power 0 means 1. So it will be plus 1 by s square plus a. And from here it will be plus e to the power minus sa divided by s. Okay. So you can see that here this term and this term are equal and opposite. Their first term and last term are equal but opposite. So these two will cancel each other and the answer will be s square a into 1 minus e to the power minus s. Okay. So that's the answer for Laplace transformation of f of t, where your f of t is a piecewise function. So this is the Laplace transformation of f of t. This is will be 1 minus e to the power minus sa divided by s square. Okay. So that's the answer for our required Laplace transformation when your function or when your given function is a piecewise function. So in such case, you have to divide the whole range 0 to infinity into two subintervals. Okay. Now you will solve another maths Laplace transformation of a function, and that function is a, so what is this? Find the Laplace transformation of t square sine at plus e to the power at. So can anyone say which formula or which property can be used here for solving this maths to find the Laplace transformation of this given function? Any idea, anyone? How can we find the Laplace transformation of this function?
A multiplication by t to the power n.
Yes, it can be solved by the formula multiplication of t to the power n, because here you can compare this with t to the power n f of t. In that
ম্যাম
case,
একটা কোশ্চেন,
yes,
ম্যাম আপনি যে শীট দিয়েছেন ওটার মধ্যে টি টু দি পাওয়ার এন এই মাল্টিপ্লিকেশন এগুলোর প্রুফ আছে, ওগুলা কি আমাদের পড়া লাগবে?
no. If I solved or if I proved it in the class, then you have to learn those proofs basically for proof, not for math. Okay, you have to practice more maths and exercise part from your class materials. But for proof, if I solve it or if I prove anything in the classroom, in that sense, you have to learn those proofs. But if I skip any proof, then it is not necessary for you to learn the proof. Okay, but exercise maths will be necessary for you. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So here we can compare this with t to the power n f of t, and in that sense your f of t will be sin at plus e to the power at. Okay, so we have to find at first to use the properties for multiplication of t to the power n. At first you have to find the for f of s, right? You have to find f of s, and this is the Laplace transformation of f of t, and here f of t is sin at plus e to the power at. Okay, so to find this, at first we will find the Laplace transformation of f of t. Here are f of t sin at plus e to the power at, right? And this can be solved, or we can find the Laplace transformation of f of t by using linearity property. Okay, so use the linearity property sin at plus Laplace transformation of e to the power at. So use the linearity property. Here Laplace transformation of sin at plus Laplace transformation of e to the power at, and directly we can use the formula for Laplace transformation of some elementary functions, right? So we can directly use the formula. So what is the formula for Laplace transformation of sin at? It is a by s square plus a square. Okay, Laplace transformation of sin at is a by s square plus a square. And what is the formula for Laplace transformation of e to the power at? It is 1 by s minus n. And such type of answers are obtained by Laplace transformation of some elementary functions. And these results can be directly used for the next calculation or evaluation. And that's why we are using the direct formula for sin at and e to the power at. That is like this. Now we will find the Laplace transformation of t square into f of t. Okay, and this will be your f of s. This will be your f of s. Since this is the Laplace transformation of f of t, so the answer will be our f of s. Now we will find the Laplace transformation of t square sin at plus e to the power at. So what is the formula for Laplace transformation by the multiplication of t to the power n? It is minus 1 to the power n. And here your n is 2. Since it is t square, your n is 2. So it will be minus 1 to the power n, that means 2. d square, d to the power n by ds to the power n, and here is 2. So it will be d square by ds square into f of s. And our f of s is this. Okay, your f of s is this. So use the values of f of s. Minus 1 square will be positive. D square by d s square. Use the values of f of s with the Laplace transformation of f of t. So it will be a by s square plus a square plus 1 by s minus n. Okay, a by s square plus a square plus 1 by s minus n. Now you have to differentiate this for 2 times. Okay, now differentiate them for 2 times. After completing the first time differentiation, we can write down d by ds in the place of d square by ds square, okay? Here d square by ds square means you have to differentiate this for 2 times, and after completing the first time differentiation, we can write down it d by ds. And what is the result for after first time differentiation? It will be, okay, x square plus a square whole square, x square plus a square whole square into 0 minus a into 2s, right? Yes. A into 2s. So this is the first differentiation of this part. And what will be the result for the second one? It is minus 1 by s minus a whole square. Okay. So after completing the first differentiation for this two part, we get it will be minus 2as minus 2as, and for the second part it will be minus 1 by s minus a whole square. After completing the first differentiation, we get this. Now you have to differentiate this for the second time. Okay, this is the result after completing the first differentiation. Now you have to differentiate it for the second time. Now use the formula of u divided by v, and it is s square plus a square to the power 4, and s square plus a square whole square. Differentiation of this is minus 2a minus 2as into differentiation of this is 2 into s square plus a square into 2s. Okay, so after completing the second differentiation of this, we get this. Now we have to complete the second differentiation for this part. It will be minus 2 1 by s minus a whole cube. Okay, so from here, from the first part, we can write down it as s square plus a square to the power 4. Take a common of s square plus a square from this part and this part. It will be s square plus a square, and from here it will be minus 2as square minus 2a cube. Okay, and from this part, if we take s square plus a square, then the rest of part is 2 into 2 into a 2. That means 8. It will be 8as into s. That means 8a s square. Okay, and for the second part, it will be minus minus plus 2 divided by s minus a whole cube. Now you can cancel 1 s square plus a square from both denominator and numerator, because in numerator there is a term s square plus a square, and in your denominator there is a term of s square plus a square to the power 4. So if you cancel one term, then it will be cube. If you cancel one term, it will be cube. From here, we can write down it as s square plus a square whole cube by cancelling this term and one term of this. So from here, the answer will be this and this, 6a s square. 6a s square minus 2a cube plus 2 by s minus a whole cube. Okay. So that's the answer for our given function, which is similar to t to the power n into f of t. Okay. So this is our required answer. Laplace transformation of t square sine at plus e to the power at. Okay. Is equal 6as square minus 2a cube divided by s square plus a square whole cube minus plus 2 by s minus a whole cube. So that's the answer for given function, or the Laplace transformation of our given function by using the formula of multiplication by t to the power n. And here this can be solved in another way. If you multiply this, it will be t square sine at plus t square e to the power at. And after that, you can find by using the multiplication by t for both to these, and you will get the same answer. What is this? From here it can be written t square sin at plus t square e to the power at. So here you can find the Laplace transformation of the first part by using the formula of t to multiplication by t to the power n, and similarly you can solve the second part by using the formula multiplication by t to the power n, and after adding them you will get this result. Okay, so you can also solve this problem in this way, but I think this is easier than this. Here you have to use the formula or the property of multiplication by t to the power n for 2 times, and here I completed that part in one part. Okay, so the
মানে आंसर কি একই আসবে দুটাতে?
Yes, the answer will be equal if you use here the formula of t to the power n multiplication by t to the power n for this part and for this part in particular, and if you sum up them, then you will get this result will be similar. Okay, probably from the first part you will. Okay, basically to complete, now we will show another proof, and this proof is necessary for our next math. Okay, now we will prove one properties, and this property is necessary for the next problem or next proof. Okay, basically this proof is necessary for our next proof, because in our next proof we will use this proof. Okay, in our next proof for the finding Laplace transformation of sine root over t, we will directly use this result, and for this reason we should know the proof of this. Okay, so for proving this we need the formula for sine root over t, and for write down the formula for sine root over t, we should know the formula for sine x. We should know the formula for sine x. From trigonometric series, what is the series for sine x? Can anyone remember what is the series by using the trigonometric series? What is the series for sine x? It is x minus x cubed by 3 factorial plus x to the power 5 by 5 factorial minus x to the power 7 by 7 factorial plus. So this is the trigonometric series of sine x. Now using this series we will solve this problem. Okay, so replace, here it is sine root over t and it is sine x, so we will replace x by root over t. We will replace x is equal root over t. So from here we can write down sine root over t minus root over t cube by 3 factorial plus root over t to the power 5 by 5 factorial minus root over t to the power 7 by 7 factorial plus this. Okay, and here root over t means half. Root over t means half, t to the power half. For the second one, it will be 3 factorial into t to the power half into 3, right? Half into 3, it will be 3 by 2. Half into 3, it will be 3 by 2. For this term, it will be 1 by 5 factorial. T to the power root over t to the power 5 means 5 by 2. T to the power 5 by 2 minus 1 by 7 factorial. Here it will be t to the power 7 by 2. Okay. Now you have to find the Laplace transformation of sine root over t. Laplace transformation of sine root over t, and sine root over t is equal this. So by using the linearity property, you have to find the Laplace transformation of each part. You have to find the Laplace transformation of each part. So here, this is the expression for sine t, sine root over t. This is the expression for sine root over t. Now you will find the Laplace transformation of sine root over t. So Laplace transformation of sine root over t. It will be equal to Laplace transformation of t to the power half minus 1 by 3 factorial, Laplace transformation of t to the power 3 by 2 plus 1 by 5 factorial, Laplace transformation of t to the power 5 by 2 minus 1 by 7 factorial, Laplace transformation of t to the power 7 by 2. Okay, plus now you need the formula for Laplace transformation of what? Here to find the Laplace transformation of each part or of each term, you need the formula of t to the power n, right? Can anyone say what is the formula for Laplace transformation of t to the power n?
minus 1 to the power n.
You were talking about
Sorry,
t
ma'am.
to the
Sorry.
power n f of
Ulta
t.
was-
What is the formula for t to the power n? I think it is n factorial divided by s to the power n plus 1, right?
Yes, ma'am.
The formula for finding only t to the power n, not t to the power n f of t, only t to the power n is n factorial divided by s to the power n plus 1, and here n factorial can be written gamma n plus 1. This is a property of gamma function which I have mentioned in the previous classes. This is a property of gamma function, gamma n plus 1 is equal n factorial. Okay, this is the property of, so in the place n factorial we can write down gamma n plus 1 divided by s to the power n plus 1. Now we will use this property. Okay, Laplace transformation of t to the power n is equal gamma n plus 1 divided by s to the power n plus 1. Have we understood why we will use these properties? Here, in fact, basically, Laplace transformation of t to the power n is equal n factorial divided by s to the power n, and n factorial is gamma n plus 1. This is a property of gamma function. So we can use this formula for the Laplace transformation of this. It will be, here n is half. So gamma n plus 1, that means gamma half plus 1. Divided by s to the power half plus 1, and half plus 1 means 3 by 2, right?
ম্যাম ফ্যাক্টোরিয়াল ইউজ না করে গামা কেন ইউজ করা হচ্ছে?
Basically here, from here you have to derive another series, since it is a series of infinity. Okay, so from here you have to derive another series, and if you consider this and if you factorize this, here gamma n plus 1, there is another formula for evaluating gamma n plus 1, and from here we get root over pi. You need root over pi. Okay, you need root over pi, and gamma half is equal root over pi. So for obtaining the values root over pi, you need gamma half, and for obtaining gamma half for each term, you need to express in factorial by gamma n plus 1. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
It is a proof, and the right side of your proof there is a term root over pi, but if you use the direct formula in factorial by s to the power n plus 1, you will not get the root over pi. Only you can get this by using gamma function, because gamma half is equal root over pi. Okay, gamma half is equal root over pi, and for obtaining gamma half you need to use the formula gamma n plus 1 in the place of n factorial. So from this one, it will be 1 by 3 factorial. Laplace transformation of t to the power 3 by 2, that means n is 3 by 2. So we can write down gamma 3 by 2 plus 1 is to the power 3 by 2 plus 1 means 5 by 2. 5 by 2. For this term, we can write down 1 by 5 factorial. Laplace transformation of t to the power 5 by 2, that means n is 5 by 2. So the formula will be gamma n plus 1. 5 by 2 plus 1 divided by s to the power 7 by 2, because 5 by 2 plus 1 is equal 7 by 2. Similarly, for the last term, it will be 1 by 7 factorial, and Laplace transformation of t to the power 7 by 2. So gamma 7 by 2 plus 1 s to the power 7 by 2 plus 1 means 9 by 2. 9 by 2. Okay. Now for evaluation of gamma n plus 1, you have to use another formula. Here gamma n plus 1 is equal in gamma n. Now we will use this formula gamma n plus 1 is equal in gamma n. So what will be the formula for gamma half plus 1? It will be what? It will be half gamma half, and gamma half is equal root over pi. Okay, gamma half is equal root. This is not included in your solution. This is for your understanding or necessary formula. So please do not write down this on the procedure of your solution. Okay, here it is not included in your solution. I just write down it for your understanding. There is the formula gamma n plus 1 is equal in gamma n. So if I write down gamma half plus 1, that means gamma n plus 1 is equal in gamma n. And there is a property for gamma function is gamma half is equal root over pi. So from here we get root over pi by 2. Okay. So for gamma half plus 1, we can write down root over pi by 2. From here it is gamma 3 by 2 plus 1. So what will be the answer for this gamma n plus 1? Gamma
3
n
by
plus
2
1.
root over 3 by 2.
3 by 2, 3 by 2 gamma 3 by 2. And 3 by 2 can be written as
3 by
half plus 1, right?
yes,
So this can be written as 3 by 2 into half
half
gamma half.
gamma half.
That means 3 by 4 into root over pi, right? So your gamma 3 by 2 plus 1 can be written like this. So what will be answer for gamma 5 by 2 plus 1? Gamma 5 by 2 plus 1. So it will be 5 by 2 gamma 5 by 2, right? And 5 by 2 can be written as 3 by 2 plus 1. So it will be 5 by 2, 3 by 2, gamma 3 by 2. 3 by 2 can be written as half plus 1. So it will be 5 by 2, 3 by 2, half, gamma half. That means 15 divided by 8 root over pi. Okay. So similarly, you can find the values for gamma 7 by 2 plus 1. What will be the answer for gamma 7 by 2 plus 1? It will be 7 by 2 gamma 7 by 2. 7 by 2 can be written as 5 by 2 plus 1. So it will be 5 by 2 gamma 5 by 2. 5 by 2 can be written as 3 by 2 plus 1. So it will be 7 by 2, 5 by 2, 3 by 2, gamma 3 by 2. 3 by 2 can be written as half plus 1.
ম্যাম
So,
আমরা only 1 by 3 ফ্যাক্টরিয়াল পর্যন্ত সিস্টেম নিয়ে কাজ করতে পারতাম না।
sorry.
মানে মানে এই সিরিজের দ্বিতীয় পদটা মানে 1 by 3 ফ্যাক্টরিয়াল শুধুমাত্র এই পর্যন্ত নিয়ে কাজ করতে পারতাম।
In that sense, from here you have to find another series of e to the power minus x. Okay. From these, you have to derive from this right part, you have to derive another series, something like e to the power minus x. So in that case, you need to at least 3 terms. Okay. To derive a series or the formula of any series, you need at least 3 terms. You cannot consider only 2 terms. At least you have to consider 3 terms. So we can consider this term, and this term. You can skip this term, okay?
Yeah.
If the calculation is larger for you, then you can skip the 4th term, but at least you have to maintain 3 terms. So for this, it will be half, gamma half, that means root over pi. Root over pi, okay? So since the calculation is larger, that's why you can skip the last part and you can write down it as root over pi by 2 into 1 by s to the power 3 by 2. This is opting for the first term. Now for the second term, it is 1 by 3 factorial, 1 by s to the power 5 by 2. And for gamma 3 by 2 plus 1, the answer is 3 by 4 root over pi, right? And for the third term, it will be 1 by 5 factorial. Can you say what is the answer for gamma 5 by 2 plus 1? The answer for gamma 5 by 2 plus 1, which we have derived, is 15. 15 root over pi by 8. Okay. Now you can skip the calculation for the fourth term. Skip the calculation for the fourth term since it is larger to calculate. So skip this. Is there any problem to understand up to this part? How can we evaluate gamma half plus 1, gamma 3 by 2 plus 1, gamma root of 5 by 2 plus 1? Anyone have any problem to evaluate the values for gamma half plus 1, gamma 3 by 2 plus 1, gamma 5 by 2 plus 1? Anyone any problem? If you have, then I will repeat. Otherwise, I will go for the next evaluation. Okay. So from here, you have to take a common of root over pi into 2s to the power 3 by 2. You can take a common root over pi divided by 2s to the power 3 by 2. Then from this term, it will be only simply 1. And for this term, it will be, can anyone see, if we take a common root over pi divided by 2s to the power 3 by 2, what will be the answer from here? Here 3 factorial means what? 3 factorial means 6. So 3 will be 2. So if we take a common of root over pi divided by 2 into s to the power 3 by 2, what will be the answer? It will be 1 by 2 square s, right? If you multiply this term and this term, you will get this. 1 by 2 square s. Now for the third term. For the third term, what will be the answer? Here, what is the values for 5 factorial?
121.
120. So 15 will divide 120 by 8. It will divide 120 by 8. So if you take a common of root over pi divided by 2s to the power 3 by 2, here the answer will be 1 by 2 into 1 by 2 square s whole square. Okay. So if you take a common of root over pi by 2s to the power 3 and multiply this term with this term, you will get this term again. By how? Here it is s to the power 3 by 2 and it is s square. So s to the power 3 by 2 plus 2 will be what? Will be 7 by 2, which is similar to this. And here it will be 2 square, 4 square, 4 square, 16, 16 into 2, 32, 32 into 2, 64. 8 into 8 is equal 64. So these terms are similar. You can common this from here. Now, root over pi divided by 2s to the power 3 by 2. And here it is 1 minus 1 by 2 square s into 1 by 1 factorial plus 1 by 2 square s whole square into 1 by 2 factorial. So here it can be considered as, if you consider 1 by 2 square s as x, what is this? You will consider 1 by 2 square s as x. So the formula will be 1 minus x by 1 factorial plus x square by 2 factorial, something like this. 1 minus x plus x square by 2 factorial. And what is the series for this? Can anyone say what is the series for e to the power minus x? Yes, this is the series for e to the power minus x. So it will be root over pi divided by 2s to the power 3 by 2 into e to the power minus x. And here x is 1 by 2 square s. Okay, here x is 1 by 2 square s. So it will be e to the power minus 1 by 2 square s is equal root over pi by 2 s to the power 3 by 2 into e to the power minus 1 by 3 square s means 4s. Okay, so I think we have completed our proof. We have completed our proof. This is the Laplace transformation of sine root over t. Laplace transformation of sine root over t. And this is equal root over pi by 2 s to the power 3 by 2 into e to the power minus 1 by 4s. Okay, so our proof is complete. We have completed our proof. Laplace transformation of sine root over t is equal to root over pi by 2 s to the power 3 by 2 into e to the power minus 1 by 4s. Is there any problem to understand this proof? Anyone, any problem? We are at the end of our today's lecture, and in our next lecture, we will directly use this proof, okay? For proving another problem, we will directly use this formula. Laplace transformation of sine root over t is equal to root over pi by 2 s to the power 3 by 2 e to the power minus 1 by 4s. You can directly use this formula for finding Laplace transformation of sine root over t. Okay, still this is a proof, so you can use this result in your next calculation as the Laplace transformation of sine root over t. It is not necessary to prove, and after that you have to use. It is not necessary. You can directly use this result. So students, I think all of you have written your ID number, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So if you have any problem regarding our today's lecture, then you may ask. Otherwise, I will stop here. Anyone, any problem? Okay. Basically, for proving this problem or in order to complete this proof, you have to need two trigonometric series. One is for sin x and another is for e to the power minus x. If you have any confusion in these two series, then you can see the series from your previous notebooks or any other things. Probably you have learned such type of series in your HSC section. So you can see your HSC book to learn these two series. What is the series of sin x and e to the power minus x? And here there is no calculation. Here is only these two series. Okay, so you have to memorize these two series. What is the trigonometric series of sin x and trigonometric series of e to the power minus x? So that's all for today. Thank you everyone for your participation and cooperation. Take care everyone. Allah Hafiz.
Assalamu alaikum, ma'am.
No,
Do you have any notice about your midterm?
ma'am.
Okay, if you have any notice, then it's a request for you. Please inform me about your date. Okay. And probably your midterm syllabus will be from Fourier series. Okay, I will not include Laplace transformation in your midterm syllabus.
Did you get any instruction regarding this?
Yes, obviously, if you inform me about the date, then I will discuss how can you about your syllabus and some suggestions for you, since it's midterm exam and your syllabus will be the whole Fourier series. That's why I will also give some information after completing the syllabus. Okay.
মিডটার্মও কি অ্যাসাইনমেন্টের মতো করে হবে?
Basically, in that sense, I am headless. We do not get any notice. Okay. আমরাও কোনো notice এখনো পাইনি. So I'm not sure about that. How can we will take your midterm exam? But when it will be decided, then of course you will be learn. Okay. And if I get any information about your midterm exam or the notice, then I must inform you. So thank you everyone. Allah Hafiz.